Today, we're diving into something really cool, the intersection where ancient practices meet cutting-edge science. It's a place where timeless wisdom is, believe it or not, finally getting proven by modern data.
And that's a fantastic question, isn't it? I mean, in a world obsessed with the next new thing, why do we find ourselves drawn to ideas that are thousands of years old? Well, as we're about to see, the answer lies in some pretty surprising science.
At the core of all this is a concept called Sanatana Dharma, which translates to the eternal way. Now think of it less like a religion and more like a massive blueprint for living. It's this incredible framework that weaves together spirituality, science, and our own personal journey of self-discovery. So let's kick things off with a practice that a lot of us think we know. It's time to talk about yoga, but maybe in a way you've never thought of before. Yeah, when you hear the word yoga, this is probably what pops into your head, right? Flexible poses, maybe some cool yoga pants, and a really good stretch. And look, that's definitely part of it, but it's barely scratching the surface of what's really going on. What if the main point wasn't about touching your toes at all? What if it's actually a powerful tool for literally rewiring the circuitry inside your brain? Ancient yogis knew this intuitively, but now science is actually proving them right. And the hard data is just stunning. Research from places like Harvard Medical School shows that yoga physically lowers cortisol. That's our main stress hormone. It literally tells your nervous system to calm down. But get this, recent fMRI studies found it can actually thicken your prefrontal cortex. That's the CEO of your brain, the part in charge of smart decisions and keeping your emotions in check. So that pose isn't just stretching your muscles, it's building a stronger, more resilient brain.
And this is no small thing. We are talking about a massive global movement here. 300 million people around the world are practicing yoga. That alone tells you something huge about its universal power, a power that science is just now starting to fully understand.
You know, the name itself kind of gives the whole game away. Yoga comes from Sanskrit, and it means union. Why? Because it was never just about the body. It's always been about connecting the physical you, your thoughts and feelings, and that deeper sense of spirit all into one. Okay, so from the body, let's shift gears and talk about the power of sound. You might be surprised to find out that the science behind something like a mantra is just as mind-blowing. If you've ever sat in a yoga class or tried meditating, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You join in on that deep, vibrating chant of Om, and almost instantly, the chaotic noise in your head just gets quieter. But why does that happen?
Well, it turns out that feeling isn't just some spiritual woo-woo. It's not in your imagination. It is a real, measurable, physiological event happening inside your body and brain. It's science.
So check this out. A very recent study found that the specific vibration from chanting Om actually causes your brain waves to synchronize. It boosts what are called alpha waves, which are linked to that amazing feeling of relaxed focus. You know, what athletes call being in the zone? It's a direct, measurable effect on your nervous system.
And, you know, the best thing about this is how simple it is. You don't need an app or any fancy gear. Just find a quiet spot for 5 minutes, sit down, and focus on that sound. It's like hitting a reset button for a stressed out mind.
All right, for our final example, we're going to look at an ancient fire ritual that might just be one of the most surprising pieces of eco-technology you've ever heard of. I know, it sounds like a crazy comparison, right? On one side, you've got this ancient, mystical-looking ceremony with fire. On the other, a sleek, modern appliance you plug into the wall. But what if I told you they basically do the same job?
Take a good look at this number, 94%.
What in the world could that possibly have to do with an ancient fire ritual? The answer is, well, it's pretty wild. That's right. A scientific study in 2022 discovered that the smoke generated during a Havan ceremony can eliminate up to 94% of harmful bacteria floating in the air. This ancient ritual is, quite literally, a high-performance natural air purifier. And we're not talking about just any smoke. The ritual uses a very specific blend of herbs, like sandalwood, that release purifying compounds when they burn. But it goes even further. Research from UCLA shows that the aroma directly stimulates your olfactory system, which can boost mental clarity and focus. So it's purifying your room and your mind at the same time. So we've looked at yoga, mantras, and Havan. When you take a step back and look at all of this, what's the big picture? What's the main thing to walk away with here? The bottom line is, these are not just dusty old rituals. They're actually incredibly sophisticated technologies designed for living. Yoga is a technology to rewire your brain for resilience. Mantras are a reset button for an overwhelmed mind. Hoven is a powerful, all-natural air purifier. These are timeless solutions to our most modern problems.
And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. We've just touched on 3 examples. But it makes you wonder, if modern science is only now able to prove the wisdom that these cultures knew thousands of years ago, what else is out there? What other profound knowledge is just hiding in plain sight, waiting for us to rediscover it?